Okay, this is a traffic court. My lights wasn't in compliance, and I didn't have any insurance.
Uh,
And this was when I was dealing with the public, and I tried to do things on the public side, and it was not working.
Actually, was you
And
using consumer law, or you was doing like secure party creditor processes, or what was you doing?
well, I sent the affidavit was true, and then I sent the notice of default and second opportunity to cure, and then the default. And a lot of that just didn't work out in my favor. I believe I sent like a letter for like accepting the oath to Constitution as well, but
Yeah,
none of that didn't budge, and I didn't go to court. I didn't feel comfortable at that time. I just didn't feel comfortable. And the public is a weird place. Like,
it is weird. It is weird, and you know what makes it weird is because that's military discretion out there. That's what makes it so weird.
right? Like, and I felt like a difference in switching because, like, I've been following you for a while, and I'm like, it only makes sense to be in the private since everything's starting to private. So why operate in the public? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was my thinking. So until, I got my phones up to join your course, but once I join your course, it's a lot of information to learn, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like so much grace and kind of easier to deal with than the public, like, you know?
Public have you running in circles, man. It had me
Oh,
running in
yeah.
circles. Shit, I won't
I
be.
be I be like, what? It was just overwhelming for me, honestly. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. It was just overwhelming to me.
I ask people all the time, you want to deal with 20 maxims or you want to deal with 6 million codes and statutes and shit? I'm like,
Hey, that's the one right there. I don't have to worry about remember all of them codes and statutes. I'm like, dog, you know how much relief I felt like?
man, that's perfect there. That's perfect. So you said this was a traffic court, traffic ticket. All right, so what else?
Yep. Well, when I joined your group, I had the warrant, and then I already had, a criminal trespassing case that I was dealing with. I was trying to do two, but it was overwhelming, so I was just focusing on that criminal trespassing, and of course, I beat that. So
Yeah,
now I started working on the warrant, and from the advices, what we're giving the group, send out the letter, the warrant list, and of course, I was a little confused too, but I kept doing my research and that guy with me, hey, I put some stuff on the word and on the paper. I wrote out my paragraph telling them how I felt and that implied surety and the warrant on this defendant is affected my pursuit of happiness and I put some Bible scriptures and equity maximum in the paperwork and everything. And I sent that law off with the $21 money order, special deposit, a notice of subrogation, and I believe that's it.
that's all you needed, clearly. But even if you didn't know, you feel me? Like that's
Right,
I mean, like in a lot of cases, like that could damn near be all you need, really, and then head off to appeals if you still get railroaded. But it's like what you're doing, like you might not understand, but it takes real skill to do. Like
hmm,
equity does not get involved in criminal cases. This is why I say I'm not teaching y'all criminal shit because
right,
it
right,
takes real skill and it takes somebody that's really serious about their studies to understand how to get equity to come into a criminal case.
9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't understand the templates.
Exactly. Like if you get in a template just so you can look over it, understand what you're doing better, I'll 100% agree with that and get that. Because I'll do
Right,
that from time to time too, but I'm not going to use that template. I'm just
right,
not.
exactly.
And because at this point, I'm just like, no, if I got to use a template, then that means I don't fully understand what I'm trying to do. So I probably need to go back and fully understand what I'm trying to do. Then I ain't
Right,
gonna need that fucking template.
right, exactly. That's true. From my own experience, that kind of
Exactly.
business, shit,
You see,
you know.
it from your own experience. What I'm saying
Yep.
to y'all is really real. It's really true, and it's nothing that I haven't been through myself. That's how I know it's real.